Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ashley, if you're new here, and today I'll be taking you along with me as I clean my girl's bathroom. I'll also be sharing a super chilling true crime case that's been on my mind lately. Just to give you a little disclosure, it is very intense and horrific. Today's case is based out of Canada. It's about Tim McLean. A very controversial case. You'll have to let me know your thoughts on it. Let's get into cleaning and then I'll dive into the case in a minute. Tim McLean was a young 22-year-old and was described to be very friendly. From what I read, he was the type of person who could pretty much make friends with anyone. He liked to travel, and many people said that he had a huge heart. On July 30th of 2008, he was on a Greyhound bus headed back home to be with his pregnant girlfriend. Not long after he boarded the bus, Vince Lee, a 40-year-old man, also boarded the bus but sat near the front while Tim sat near the back. Eventually, the bus pulls into a rest stop and Vince gets out, he stretches, smokes a cigarette, then gets back onto the bus. But Vince decides to take a different seat, and as he's making his way to the back, he's literally eyeing everyone. I'm not sure if at this point he's contemplating who his victim will be, but as he inches closer to the back near Tim gives him like a slight smile as if to say the seat is free. Ultimately, this nice gesture is what seals Tim's fate because Vince takes that seat. Tim puts his headphones on and he drifts to sleep. Witnesses say that Vince was quiet, he didn't stand out or even seem threatening, but then there was a shift. He was noticed to become a bit uneasy and then was talking in Chinese in a very low voice. This did seem odd, but still not very frightening or threatening. All of a sudden, it happened so fast, Vince pulled out a large knife and began to stab Tim in the neck. Awakened by this, Tim is yelling and trying to fight back. Passengers begin screaming and running to the front of the bus to exit. The driver sees all of the commotion, pulls over, and everyone is running off the bus in a huge panic. Vince ends up dragging Tim to the floor, continuing to stab him. It was reported that he stabbed Tim over 60 times. I saw an interview where one of the passengers said that he and the driver attempted to rescue Tim, but Vince started slashing his knife towards them, basically forcing them to back off. But just wait, it gets so much worse. That same passenger said that he and the bus driver went to try again to save Tim, but it's during this time that Vince is sawing and hacking at Tim's neck. The passenger said that Vince then held up Tim's head while looking directly at them like it was nothing. He then drops the head to the floor and goes back to the rest of the body. this is happening, all of the passengers are seeing this. Many of them are screaming and crying, others are vomiting and passing out. There were 30 plus passengers. This includes teens and even children. It took some time for the police to arrive, and during this time, Vince kept showing off Tim's severed head. People said it was almost as if he was proud. He kept busy by tearing out organs. He took out Tim's heart, lungs, liver, and intestines. He ate Tim's eyes and about a third of his heart. He taunted the passengers by smelling the body parts and even licking his fingers as if he was eating a delicious meal. Eventually, the police arrive around 9 p.m., and instead of taking him down right away, they try negotiating with Vince. During the negotiation, Vince just continues to dissect Tim. It's not until around 1:30 a.m. that Vince tries to flee and he's tased. When police actually got to Vince, he had Tim's nose, ear, and tongue in his pocket. He had brought plastic bags to store other body parts in. So many people from this day are still traumatized. The passengers, some of the cops, and emergency responders still haunted. Vince was diagnosed as schizophrenic, and because he wasn't of sound mind, there was no traditional trial. None of the witnesses or Tim's family were included in the decision of Vince's life. Ultimately, he was found to not be criminally responsible and was sent to a mental health center where he was eventually rehabilitated. During his time there, Vince had said, and I quote, "God made me do it." He also said, "God made Tim the victim." Vince was given a new identity. In 2010, he was granted supervised release. 2012, he was able to leave the hospital unsupervised. 2015, he was released to a halfway house where his meds were still being monitored. And then in 2017, he was declared to be fully functioning and he was officially free. Tim's family and all the witnesses were all closed out from the trial. Vince beheaded 8 parts of his victim and came prepared with a knife and bags. I can't help but feel so bad for Tim's mom and all of the passengers, especially the children. So many lives forever altered and one life forever gone. From what I read, there's been a ton of controversy about this case due to the fact that Vince was mentally ill. Some believe this was not his fault. He was not in control that day. Others are upset that he's out free, no longer being monitored. Is he taking his meds? There are a lot of people, especially the witnesses, who feel there has been no justice for Tim and for them. I mean, at the end of the day, a life was taken, and in one of the most horrific ways imaginable. Life was taken, and there are consequences, right? Did Vince pay for his actions that day? I mean, he ate this poor guy, literally ate this poor guy. Does this show what he is capable of if he is off his meds? How do we know that this, or even something close to this, won't happen again? Vince was in his 40s, he was unwell, and one day he acted on the voices in his head. It definitely is a good thing that he got the help that he needed. Good for him, right? But what about Tim? What about the life that was taken from a young 22-year-old who had his whole life ahead of him and who never got to meet his baby? So, what do you guys think of this case? Did the judge make the right decision? Should Vince be free? Was Tim forgotten in all of this? Was justice served? If you take a life, does it matter if you're deemed to be mentally ill? If you can murder someone, does that make you mentally ill as well? Because in that case, majority of people in prison for murder should be in a mental hospital in the hopes of being rehabilitated. Let me know your thoughts on this case in the comment section down below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!